Welcome back to YoSteam. This is my first live YoSteam. I'm Elena Corchero, and today I have an incredible unboxing for you. It's the Snapmaker2, which I bought in Kickstarter a year ago. So I have been waiting for this so desperately. I really love this machine. It's a 3-in-1 machine that can do 3D printing, laser cutting and engraving, and also it's a CNC carving machine. I really love it. I couldn't wait to get it. And then actually in January, when you could still travel, I saw it at CES because it has won many awards, and it was awarded at CES this year in January. And then I was like, okay, this is the machine for me. But then obviously things got delayed, and you know what has been happening. So let's do the unboxing now. I'm gonna show you first what's in the box. Then in a separate video, I'm gonna show you the actual assembly. Although in this video, I will explain you a little bit about what part goes where and why. And then I also bought the enclosure because it's important that the machine is well looked after, and also that this enclosure has many features. For example, it has an attachment for a fume structure, and that's very important, especially when you're doing laser cutting. So I really wanted to have the enclosure, but we will do the unboxing of that in another day. I'm not gonna make you wait any longer, so let's get started with the unboxing. There it is. I have to actually flip my phone. There it is. Now you can see me better. Well, the box, this is a surprise. You can see in the title, it says up there, remote unboxing of the Snapmaker A350, which is the one I bought because there is 3 different sizes. That's the largest one. It's not in front of me because this is remote. That's how people do things nowadays, right? So I've been waiting for this machine for ages, and I've been very excited. And then suddenly I just happened to be in Spain visiting my parents, because I'm from Spain, from Lanzarote. So here I am, boiling hot. But the machine is where I normally live, which is in London. So the machine arrived exactly as I left to Spain. But I have a helping hand here. I'm gonna stretch my hand, and look what happens. I have a helping hand over here in London. This is Juan Luis, who's gonna do the virtual remote unboxing for me while I explain you everything. Juan Luis is also a product designer, an industrial designer, and he's gonna be helping me to develop products with the Snapmaker. So he's obviously also very excited, and I am very jealous that he's there with my machine. But in a few weeks I'll be there too. So let's get started. Let me make sure I have my notes. And we are gonna look at the size of the box first. Obviously, it's actually pretty large, and that is the machine not assembled. So this is just the parts, and then obviously it's much larger once you assemble it. Have a look at it from the front, pretty wide. Then if you tilt it a little bit, you can see that it's also quite big in the depth, and it's quite heavy. So for that, I'm glad that it's Juan Luis who is dealing with it, not myself. But let's get on with it. It has been very well packaged, actually. The cardboard is very, very thick, and it has foam all around it, at the top, at the bottom, on the side. So this is very nicely done. There you see the foam, very nicely designed with the instruction, the quick guide manual there. Yeah, we will open that later. And then, Juan Luis, if you tilt the box a little bit, oh, more foam, of course, more foam, as I mentioned. Then another one, there you go. And now, if you tilt it a little bit, we can see from the top how everything has been organized as well. Yeah, just tilt it a little bit. I know it's heavy, sorry. So it's very nicely organized. You don't open the box and find all the bits and pieces flying around. They actually put every single piece in its own little box, and it's very nice with the name and everything. So there we have, let me see the name of that box. What do we have there? We have the first linear module. There's gonna be 5 of those. We don't need to show you all of them, they're identical. So you have 5 linear modules, and those are gonna do the y-axis, the z-axis, and the x-axis of the machine. What else do we have there? I need to see the name. Oh my God, this is so small over here. And this is, oh, the touch screen and the controller. So this comes with a touch screen that is actually like a phone. It's an Android smart touch screen that that you attach to the machine, and it just stays there. And I'll explain later how it works. What else do we have? And then the controller, obviously, where everything plugs to, and you have a USB and so on. These are the tool heads. So these are actually the different heads, obviously, to change them. So if you're doing laser cutting, you have one head. If you are doing the 3D printing or the CNC, you have to switch the heads. You also have to switch the table bed, the board at the bottom. And that is the tool and accessories. So you have all the tools that you need to build the machine and to use it later, but also accessories like very important, like a pair of goggles to protect you from the laser, because you should never look at the laser directly with your eyes. What do we have next? Please bring it closer. The power module, yeah, of course, it needs the power module. And yes, the filament. So it actually comes with a spool of filament so that you can get it started from day one. And we will talk about the filament later. That's, oh, more. Okay, more. The cables. Okay, the cables. Okay, more. Wow, this is like Christmas. Adapters and brackets. Yeah, to hold things in place, to hang the roll, the spool of filament, and to support the board, especially for the CNC board, you need the clamps to support it. Whew. What else? There we have a work platform. Does it say which work platform? Or is that the general? Maybe that's the general work platform, right? Yes. Oh no, it says there. It's the 3D printing one. CNC and the laser. Okay, sorry. So it looks like the 3 work platforms, but we will open them later, are the 3 of them in that box. Let's have a look later when we open them. It's starting to pile up. Juan Luis, in a minute, you're going to be hidden completely and we won't be able to see you. And then that's the base, I'm guessing. Yes, okay, he confirms. Yes, that's the base. Okay, good. Is that it? Empty box? No? More? More foam. Okay, more foam. And more foam and more foam. Very good to know that it's properly packaged. Okay, well, that's nice. Then that is the boxes. Thank you very much. Now the next step is obviously to open them one by one and to show you how that could be assembled. But first, I wanted to tell you, please, to subscribe. If you have a little look down here, you have the button of subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, you will see it there. Please subscribe, because that helps me reach people that are searching for these kind of videos or for other tutorials, science, technology tips, and so on, and the interviews that I do and visits to companies, etc. I love sharing my everyday with people, and so please, subscribe and tell everyone. Now I'm going to show you a little video, just very short video that is actually about the machine, directly made by the Snapmaker team.
When Snapmaker was introduced, it raised over $2 million and connected over 10,000 users in an active community. With the new Snapmaker, we're bringing the next generation of advanced technology to this iconic design. The new Snapmaker is faster, smarter, larger, and more powerful than ever before. From 3D printing to laser engraving, cutting, and CNC carving, it supports a wide variety of materials for limitless creativity. The components are made from high-strength metal. Anodizing converts the surface of the metal into a durable anodic oxide finish. Each process is strictly controlled, leading to the higher level of automation. Both the quality and the speed of production have been significantly increased. Every part is
Okay, let's there. So, where to start? The instructions. Where did we lose the instruction manual? There it is. There it is. Okay, always RTFM. You know, always read the manual. So let's have a look at it. I don't know how much you'll be able to see. The setup I have here on my computer is crazy because I have the YouTube open, the Streamlabs open, and everything's so tiny. There it is, the quick start guide. Let's have a quick browse. Oh wow, it's full pictures. So it's not just like an instruction manual, it's like a magazine. There you have all the tools, all the step-by-step with pictures. Guys, this is so helpful. I mean, oh wow, really, really detailed. I mean, anyway, the videos that the Snapmaker team has done in their website, we have the link below, are great. So just with that, I don't think you need much more, but it's great to have it actually on print. So let's have a look. Yeah. Okay. Today we're not going to build it, but I'm going to show you kind of in which order you will do things. So you have the base. Let's have a look at it. And something really good about this machine actually is that the entire machine is made out of metal. And I know that the initial concept of 3D printing is the idea of, you know, being able to each machine reproduce itself and eternally a machine making the next machine and so on. But oh, there it is. But you do want these machines to be very sturdy, and the proof now is that when you 3D print it yourself, it's fine, but probably doesn't have the longevity that this does. And this is the base, so that's gonna go at the bottom, and it comes with little pads that you will attach to the bottom, like tiny little legs, rubber pads. Then on top of that, you will have the y-axis, the linear models, 2 of them exactly, the linear models, 2 of them that will create the y-axis. Let's have a look at it. And there it is. That's it, the model, you see it straight away with the cable. And the good thing about these modules is that they are encased. So everything is encased in there. And oh, it also has foam, of course, to protect it. Yeah, they're all the same. So it's all encased, and you can imagine, especially when you do CNC, that the machine could get quite dusty and dirty, and then, you know, the rails and so on might not be working very well after that. But in this case, that cannot happen because everything is encased. It's also a metal that has been gone through an anodized bath process, and that makes the surface even harder. It's called an anodic oxide metal once it has been through that. So there is 5 of those, and that, let's have a quick look. If you bring the board closer, that exactly, you will have one on one side and the other one attached on the other side. Yeah. Okay. And then there is 2 more that will go at the top, doing the Z-axis, and then the final X that will hold the head. Okay. And actually, when we see the controller will go on the Z-axis, so on one of the verticals. Is that what we have next? The controller. Okay. And the smart screen is there. Let's see what comes first. The controller. So that's where you will plug the XYZ axis. And also you have, does it come already attached there? No. But you will put there the flash drive, the USB stick that you can use for transferring. There it is. Yeah. That you can use for transferring your files and so on. You can also use Wi-Fi, and you can also use your phone to control it. But everything is there, and power, I'm guessing, power is also there. Then that's the Android device, and it's a touch screen device that goes in front. It's a 5-inch Android device to control the print that you're actually doing in that moment. And something really cool that they have thought about is that this will take a picture. When you're doing 3D printing, for example, it will take a picture on each layer, and then that will recreate a stop motion video of how your piece was created, and it's beautiful. It's really, really well done, very clever. Then more cables there, and the stand, of course, sorry. Yeah, the stand for the smart touch display. Thank you. And you can just remove it. Yeah. Wow, I'm really, honestly, I can't believe I'm not there, truly. What else? Next. Okay, the tool heads, yeah. So as I mentioned before, there is 3 tool heads. And yeah, maybe this is a little bit of a pain that every time you want to do a different kind of job, you have to change the bed and you have to change the tool head. But hey, come on, let's not ask for so much. So there are the 3 of them. I can't really see which is which. I know which one is the 3D printing one because it has something really cool. I saw it. There it is. So the 3D printing one, finally, someone has thought about this. It actually opens there at the front, and if you open it, you can manually insert the filament or just troubleshoot anything, because that is such a pain in other machines, I have found myself. But there you can do everything manually, open it anytime and see what's going on. Love it. Okay, so that's the 3D printing head. And then shall we see the board, the 3D printing board now? So that, yeah, we can see them matching. Thank you. Sip of water, perfect moment. No, sorry, did I give you a hard work now finding them? Oh, actually the 3D printing is the one at the top, I think. It's a magnetic one, right? Let's see. There you go. Yes. So that's the matching board that will go when you are using the tool head that we just showed you. And it's a magnetic one. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's great. And it's actually kind of flexible, because when something that also it's super annoying, or I have suffered in the past with other machines, is that once you have your figure printed, it's stuck. It's just stuck, and you really want to find an easy way to release it, and you have to use a spatula, and then it can break, blah, blah, blah. This one is flexible, and you kind of, you can pop it. You can pop your design out. Okay, what's next? The next head, maybe? And, oh my God, I'm not gonna see which one that is. The CNC, yes, I see it. Okay, so that's the CNC, and then there is more than 100 different attachments that you can put there to do your curving. And actually the CNC machine, I have used it in the past in other places and in the hack space and so on, but I never had my own CNC machine. So let's see, this might go wild. And that's the board. It's very different because you actually have to clamp your design to the board, and that's why it's perforated. That's great. And then, so it will be just those 2 things that you have to change every time that you are changing a material or a process. And then that will be the laser one. And actually, this is the same. I never had my own laser machine, because it's usually such an industrial beast, and it's super expensive, and it takes a lot of space and maintenance. So I've always used it in hack spaces mostly, but now, I mean, now I'm gonna have my own. Oh my God. Where am I gonna find free time for this? That's the problem. And this is the the grid, yeah, this is an aluminum grid one, and that is the one for the laser. And it's on 3 parts, as you see it there. And actually something that the team has thought through very well as well is that once you put your material for laser cutting, it's always very hard to keep it in place. And what they have done here is that there is little tabs that match the the grooves, that match the grooves of the grid, and it will hold your material in place. The machine actually positions itself alone, but when you're doing the laser, this is important to remember, when you're doing the laser, you do have to do each time the focus for each material and measure the width and so on. That will be important, but only for the laser. And that is for the base. Yes, that's for the base. Oh, sorry, can you show again? I almost forgot. Can you show again the head of the laser? The head of the laser. This is another cool thing that the Snapmaker has. I don't know if we can see that it has a camera. Can we see that it has a camera? There it is. Okay, this is really cool. So when you put your material or whatever you want to engrave, a book, anything, on the board, you can actually see it on the software, because obviously all of these come with its own software. You can see it on the software, and your design, you see it overlaid on the product through the picture of the camera. So it's like it's happening live in front of you, and you can then move it and position it exactly where you want it. So you no longer have to do guesswork of, oh my God, am I gonna match my design properly? That's very, very clever, and it's thanks to the camera that is on the laser machine. Also, now maybe I mentioned a little bit more about the software. The software really makes things easier. So obviously it does the slicing and the G file that other softwares do. But also, for example, if you want to engrave something or you want to laser cut something quickly, you can just make a drawing, and it turns it into an engraving or a cut. And then you can import, like in other machines, you can import an STL file or an OBJ file. OBJ. Then, okay, it comes with a little gift, which is a 1 kilo, right? I think that's 1 kilo PLA, that's polylactic acid, if I'm correct. Polylactic acid filament, yeah, a 1 kilo spool. You can show it. I think it's black. And the good thing of PLA is a great material to start with. There you go, there it is. Because it's actually biodegradable. So it's, as the name says, is lactic acid, and it's biodegradable. So it's great because when you start, or at least when I started, I had to throw away a lot of tests, and it says there. Okay. Is that everything? No, I see another box. I see 2 boxes. No, what's going on there? The tools. Oh, of course, yeah, the tools. This is great. They actually ship all the tools, and that is also very helpful. You will see that many of these things, I mean, some of them, of course, we all have them at home, but it's good to have them from the same maker, designed and developed specifically for the machine. Okay, there it is. So let's have a look. And then I think the goggles are on the other little window there. Are they, this question I had, are they 2 goggles? They're different goggles. Okay. Yeah, the green one are the laser one. And then the CNC, obviously when you're doing CNC, things are flying around. But that's why I bought the encasing. So let's have a look in another video how good the encasing performs in these cases. But yeah, the laser one is super important. For the CNC, you can use any other goggles that you have used before when you're doing when you're in a workshop and doing DIY stuff. There it is, just clear glasses, nothing that special. But for the laser, yeah, it's very important to be protected. Anyway, I advise not looking directly at the laser with or without goggles, but always do wear them. For that, I imagine the encasing also helps. And the toolbox, let's have a look what's in there. That's impossible for me to see in the tiny screen that I have here. It's probably something for the CNC machine. There you go. I did my homework. Okay, yes, that is to get you started with the CNC machine. And then more pieces. Oh, of course, you have all the screws that you're gonna need, and they are in separate bags with the sizes so that you know which screw go where perfectly, and you cannot get it wrong. There is the little pads, no? Little pads. What other tools do we have there? Isn't there any other working tools like wrench and yeah, more pads? Oh, the hot ending. Okay, that's for the laser cutter. Yeah. The hot end nozzle, that's for the laser cutter, obviously. Get everything out. Yeah, everything out. Pliers and wrench, I guess. I think the important thing is that it also comes with the thing to measure. Oof, that I'm lost. Oh, it's just a screwdriver. Okay, screwdriver, a wrench. And where is do I have it here? I don't know, I thought I had it here. Oh, sorry, what was that? The spatula. Okay, I guess that although the 3D printing base is a little bit flexible, of course you can always help yourself a little bit with a spatula to get your piece out. That is the flash drive, okay? So that's your USB disk. And then I think to measure the thickness of your material for the laser cutter, we should have the tool as well. Oh, I think you're holding it now. Okay. It's there, I'm sure. It's just too much. But yeah, as I mentioned before, you will have, these are the pads for the feet. Yeah. The 4 pads for the feet. Wow, this is not ending. More screws. I really love DIY stuff. It's really, really fun. Okay, maybe when you guys are seeing the YouTube full screen, you can read that. I have a tiny thing here. And boom, boom, boom. I think we can leave this. Yeah, no worries. In the description, we will put everything. So I think the next thing, now that we have mentioned everything that it's in it, is it finished now? That's finished. Okay, now, no, one thing more. What is that? Okay, more. Oh yes, okay, adapters. Let's see. Does it come with universal adapters and so on? Or is it only, did it come with a British plug or? Yes, that's for the corners. And then probably the attachment yeah, the other one. There is an attachment so that you can hang. Oh, okay, not plugs. These are the connectors between the different linear modules and so on, and the bed and so on. Yeah, you have to connect them. Yeah, okay, that kind of connectors, not like adapters for the mains. And wow, honestly, like Christmas. The cable, yeah, I'm curious to see. So did this come with a British cable? Because then it's really nice if they have adapted to each of the customers. I mean, it's the European. Okay, that's the one everyone used. So it came with a European plug. I don't know if that was the case for all the Kickstarters. It could be, because I wasn't sure if I was gonna send my machine to Spain or to England, and last minute I realized that I'd rather have it in London, because then I can play with it more instead of just on the holiday. So maybe that's what happened. I don't know. Last one. Yep. Boom, 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 boom. It's good. The table is quite busy now. The power. Okay, so the power module is quite sturdy as well. It's all encased, and it's just one box where the machine is powered. Very sturdy, very stable. And you just place it next to the machine. You can see it in their videos. They just place it usually to the right-hand side of the machine, but I guess maybe that depends on your preference or on your space. Actually, I don't know how I'm gonna organize this once the enclosure comes, because the enclosure is also such a beast. It's gonna take a lot of space. So now we are done. Okay, now we're done with this part. Good, you must be sweating. I mean, here in the Canary Islands, it's very, very hot right now. So I guess that now that you have seen all the parts, you are wondering, how much does this cost? No? If you really, really want one, or if you already bought one, or you're comparing prices, how much did I spend on this machine? But first, before I tell you that, I think we have to thank Juan Luis for doing all of this hard work while I'm here, just blah, 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 chatting away. Thanks a lot. We're gonna see you again anyway, because Juan Luis, obviously, while I'm in Spain, he's gonna help to show how the machine is actually built. He's gonna help to show the unboxing of the enclosure, right? You got it already, the enclosure. I think it's there. It's a big box, like big machine. I mean, you can imagine this is gonna enclose and it's heavy. I'm sorry. So we're gonna do in another video the unboxing of the enclosure, the assembly of the machine, and then some tests. Of course, I want to show you each of the 3 different processes and a few different materials. So now I think, wait, because we should review. Sorry, I think we should review that everything is in there. Juan Luis, I'm gonna bring you back. I'm gonna bring you back, but I want to make sure that everything was there. Always check. I mean, everything looked fine. But just quickly, I have put here the list of the actual list that I saw the day I clicked purchase on the Kickstarter 1 year ago. And it said that I was gonna receive 5 linear modules. That's true, we have seen them. 5 linear models, there they are. And the 3D printing module. That is the 3D printing head. That's gonna be hard to find. The 3D printing model, the laser cutting module. It's the other head, that's a chance. The CNC carving module. Check. Okay. The controller, where everything goes plugged into. The controller, sorry, it's very hard to find all the pieces now. There it is, that's your controller. Then the smart touch screen, which is which runs with Android and is 5 inches. There it is. Actually, here it gives you more information. It says that is a quad-core A7 CPU at 1.1 gigahertz. Then the magnetic heated bed. So that will be the laser head, I guess. Bed. The laser sheet. Okay, there it is. Check. With the removable print sheet, okay. Then the aluminium grid table, that's the one for the laser cutter, which is the black one that is divided in 3 or 4 sections. There it is, one section is enough to show that it's there, we got it. So that is the laser cutting one, is the aluminium grid table. Then the waste board and the clamp set, that's for the CNC machine. There it is. Then obviously we cannot show it to you today, but it says here the Snapmaker software, which I mentioned earlier. It just makes things so much easier. And then the PLA filament, the 1 kilogram spool right there at the front. Okay, now yes, now we are done with that, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about how much the machine cost me and why I felt like getting such a beast for myself. Let me see. We have here. Let me flip the phone again. When I purchased this, it was a year ago, and it was the Kickstarter. You have to think of that as well, that because it was the Kickstarter, I guess I got a special price, or at least I hope I got a special price. So I paid $1,178 for the machine, and then $458 for the encasing. But then, obviously, the machine actually comes straight. It's shipped straight from the manufacturer, and the manufacturer is actually in China. So when I had to pay the stamp duties to release the machine, to receive it in London, I was a little bit shocked. But as a whole, it made sense. So I had to pay then, when the machine arrived, 215 pounds. Those are pounds. And then for the enclosure, I had to pay 220 pounds on top of the price. So as a whole, making a rough calculation between the dollars and the pounds, I think I spent around $2,200 for this machine. And I think it's going to be amazing. So I'm actually very, very happy for the purchase. Now that I see all the parts, and it's true that it's sturdy, very neat, very elegant. And now, obviously, let's wait and see until I show you actual tests. So I will be making different pieces with it. I will give you feedback on the software and how the machine runs and all of that. And the enclosure, of course, because the enclosure, wow. I hope it's also worth it. But you will see that in future videos. I wanted to ask you actually if you have any requests of things that you would like me to build, because I'm a product designer myself, and I have you can already buy some of the designs I have developed in the past from smart materials and toys and so on, and that's in my website, which is lab.elenacorchero.com. You can go there and have a look, and at some point I will start releasing more things that I'm gonna be developing with this. But it will be great if you leave me any comments below of stuff that you might want, because that will help me prioritize. It's not that I lack ideas, it's that sometimes I just have too many and I don't know where to start. So that's it for today. Please give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you here next Thursday. YoSteam.